Good morning, beautiful people. Bom dia, tudo bem? Como vai? Você tá bem? Hope you guys are doing fine. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch me today. My name is Daisy, and in today's video, I am going to be talking to you about the easiest job you can get when you come to Brazil as a foreigner that cannot speak the Portuguese language. So my focus, or people that I am focused or targeted on, are people that are not able to speak the Portuguese language on arrival in Brazil. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, in Brazil, the official language and the general language spoken here is Portuguese. And to be able to do anything, navigate through things, you need to be able to express yourself in the Portuguese language to make life easy for you. And that relates to getting a job in Brazil. If you want to get a job, or if you are able to get a job, or however the job situation comes for you, Portuguese is highly very important for you to be able to understand and speak, even if it's just a little, to be able to work here. Okay, so my target audience today, or my focus is on people that foreigners that migrate to Brazil but are not able to speak the Portuguese language. Okay, so because for people who speak Portuguese language very well, or even if it's on the average, it is way more easier for them to get a job in Brazil. Okay, now let us really I'm going to be explaining to you certain things for you to understand properly, so that you know why I am making this video. All right, so when you get into Brazil, like I said, you really need to know how to speak the language, even if it's a little, to be able to do something like in form of a job in Brazil. However, when you get here as a foreigner, if you're not able to speak the language, so how do you get a job? Okay, how do you, even if you get a job, how do you work? Because you need to communicate with people, your boss, your colleagues, customers. How do you speak? Even if you come here, you want to be a doctor, you want to be anything, while the factory worker, you need to be able to speak. So, and a lot of immigrants, when they come here, the first thing we do after we try to fix our documentation is to begin to learn the language. Okay, there are lots of organizations that can help you to learn Portuguese for free. But before then, while you're learning the language, some people might just come here and like, oh, I need a job. I want to be able to survive. I want to be able to take care of myself. When you land here, in order for you not to, if you don't want to go through the process of, okay, I want to first of all go learn the language before getting a job, you can actually do this. A lot of people come here, they don't have any family, they don't know anyone, they need money to take care of themselves. And so therefore they cannot go to the Portuguese school first before now waiting to learn the language and then get a job. They just want to work. This is what you can do. As a person who speaks English, English language is highly required. English language, learning skills is highly required here in Brazil. Okay, a lot of Brazilians do not speak English at all, like zero. It is even in these days and times that you see some of their younger ones now that are beginning to speak English gradually. But 98% of Brazilians, people here, do not speak English. Even the foreigners here are not much, so English is not rampant. All right, so now, in order for you not to take so much time in the Portuguese school, going to school, and you don't have money to take care of yourself, you can actually teach English. Okay, there are lots of English language institutes, because there is a rise in there is a need for English language teachers in Brazil. So what you can do is, you can first of all find an English teaching job and start your career in the teaching field, teaching English, be it in an institute or privately or online. These are the means to which you can actually teach English in Brazil. There are lots of organizations that actually offer English language teaching online, where you can stay at home and teach, or you get employed in an institute where you go there in person to teach. Okay, also you can organize your private thing and do your thing. Those are the three ways you can actually teach English. So to make money, the easiest job to get as soon as you arrive, like you don't want to wait, you don't want to go to language school first, you just can get an English teaching job and start your journey. All right, if you have time in between, you can still go to your Portuguese language school, which is absolutely free. If you want to go for the paid one, for the paid Portuguese language school, you can pay and go if you have the money. If you don't, there are many free Portuguese language schools that you can actually learn through, or learn, like, yeah, learn through. So anyway, there are lots of, where can you get this English language, jobs in Brazil? You can actually get them from websites like www.linkedin.com. Oh my God, there are lots of, in fact, that is one of the main websites they use here to advertise English language for English language teachers. Okay, there are lots of them. When you create an account, if you don't have linkedin.com, I'm going to be putting the link in my description box below. Should in case you don't know what linkedin.com is, it's a website where you can find jobs. Okay, so when you create an account, if you don't have, all you need to do is, sometimes when you're filling your form, they will ask you what type of job you're looking for. Put it there as English teacher and sign in. Make sure you sign in to get notification for this particular job. So you would see that in your emails every day you will get English language jobs. As you have like registered for it, you have notified them that you want to get alerts of these jobs. LinkedIn would always send you a whole lot of them. And I'm telling you that there are lots of institutes here. They do not require you to speak Portuguese like that. Okay, you can just know the basics, but it's not compulsory for you to really know how to speak Portuguese to be able to teach English. Okay, because the truth is that when you're teaching a language, you need the language of those people to be able to teach the other language, because sometimes they don't understand you in the English language. You have to use your language to interpret to them. So in some cases, if you don't know Portuguese language and you want to express something to them, they don't understand you in English, you can quickly use your phone to Google what you mean and let them know what it is. That is if you don't have any Portuguese language skills. Okay, so like I said, to summarize everything, you can immediately start looking for an English language teaching institute to hire you, or online, and start your journey to working in Brazil without the language, without learning the Portuguese language. But let me tell you something, you need to learn the language because it is highly needed here, whether for yourself, to mingle, to talk to people, to go to school. You need to learn the language. But if you just want to make money as you come, you don't want to waste time, English language is where you should look into. Teaching English language is where you should look into. LinkedIn.com has all of it. In my next video, I will be sharing with you employments currently going on to teach English, okay, in Brazil. If you're a man, you're a woman, you can actually teach English in Brazil. So it's not a problem. It's not a problem. There is nothing like gender. We need this gender. We don't need that gender. There's nothing like that. You can only find that in Dubai or in Middle East. So the same way a person comes to Brazil with no Portuguese language skills at all, may find it difficult to get a job because of the language, not because they cannot find jobs, because they cannot speak the language. It is difficult to get a job, like a company that will accept you with no language, right? It's the same way, for example, a Frenchman goes to America, Canada, UK with no knowledge of English. That Frenchman will definitely find it very difficult to find a job. Not because there are no jobs, just because the language is not there to communicate with people, attend to customers, communicate with colleagues, the boss. How do you even know what to read if it's in English? So situations like that warrant you to learn the language of that country, so you'll be able to do things properly. You know how to navigate through, right? The country, right? Exactly. That's the exact situation in Brazil. Now, another thing I would like you to know is that they do not really require that you have all the old degrees in the world to be able to teach English in Brazil. As long as you know how to speak good English, you're confident, and you're able to deliver the message, you're able to understand what is being asked of you to teach the students, you are good to go. But it's always very nice to have TOEFL certification, English certification. And if you also have a degree in education, that is fantastic. But however, any certification is fine. And also you have like a English this English certification this short course that you do for 120 hours, I think. It's nice that you at least have that, okay? But however, if you don't, it is also okay. You can get a job teaching English in Brazil, all right? Anyway, I don't know if I've said it before. In my next video, I will be posting vacancies, English teaching vacancies in Brazil. So if you're anywhere in Brazil, you can either teach online or offline. Whatever I'm able to put out there, I will be uploading that video very soon. Thank you so much, super so much for watching. Have an amazing day, everybody. If you have questions for me, put it down in the comment section below. I will be there to respond to you. Thank you again. I love you all. Bye, guys. Bye.